My name is Louis Moffat and I'm from Cyber Lightning Media. I've put together this little video to teach you about the rule of thirds, which is a compositional theory that you guys can certainly implement into your own videos. The theory is the placement of a subject in a frame, which will aid you behind the camera in placing your subject in the frame, but also giving your subject somewhere to look, all with the objective of producing more professional video for your social media outlets and beyond. So without further ado, let's cut to the drawing board and I will explain to you the theory. So here we are with the drawing board, and as previously mentioned, the rule of thirds is a compositional theory. So essentially it is how the frame is divided up, and you can access a grid such as this on the likes of the iPhone and DSLR cameras alike. Now the theory is about the placement of the subject within these boxes. So for instance, in the previous shot of me giving an introduction, I was in the center of a frame, which is not brain science, it makes total sense. I was in the center of the frame addressing the camera, looking straight down the barrel of the lens. However, what you will find, especially in interview situations, you'll see it on the news, you'll see it in obviously sports interviews post and pre-match. You'll find that interviewees are being composed around here looking off camera, or around here looking off camera again. Now the idea is that you use this little quadrant here as a crosshair. So if you imagine, regardless of the depth of your subject, i.e. as close to the camera or as far away as the camera as you, the person behind the lens feels is right for the composition, you use this little quadrant here to place the head, or in terms of the depth, the top of the head and the shoulders, etc., looking elsewhere. What this promotes is interest in the viewer. You're creating negative space, either if it's here to the left or if it's here to the right, where you can include a little bit of activity in the background to further add context to the situation, but also for the person, for the person being interviewed, you would make them look off camera. Now, it's not to say that you cannot get them to look down the lens from this position. You're still promoting background activity, and it still is a pleasing shot, but certainly in my experience as a videographer, and I'll go on to show you a couple of clips of my own client work to sort of bolster this theory. I've always had the people composed in these crosshairs, so to speak, look off camera. Now this is based upon tripod videography. You can of course do it handheld, which is no problem at all. The rule still applies, but for this particular instance we're going to talk about the idea of the camera being fixed on a tripod, and the idea would be that you would set up a shot and then you would either take a step to your left or a step to your right to talk to the interviewee. So a step to your left would be if you were composing the interviewee to the right, and a step to your right if you were composing the interviewee to the left. So let's cut to some client shots to further illustrate this rule of thirds. So as you'll see in these examples, the depth of the subject varies, but if you keep in that cross-sectional ballpark, it makes all the difference. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope and trust that everyone is keeping safe and sound, and that this very quick explanation to the rule of thirds was helpful to you. It may seem obvious, but the devil is in the detail, and if you can keep in mind the grid lines and the overlaps, your compositions will be better. It's filmmaking 101. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and all the very best.